In a quiet coastal village kissed by the sea breeze, Aarav sat before a blank canvas that seemed to mock his silence. The small studio smelled of sea salt and old paint, but the gentle chaos that once inspired him had faded. He had sold nothing for months. His hands, steady yet unsure, hovered above the palette, waiting for meaning. Each morning, fishermen would pass his window, laughter echoing across the dusty lane. Life outside moved in rhythm, but Aarav's heart was caught between hesitation and exhaustion. "Maybe art is no longer meant for me," he murmured one evening, the sunset pouring its soft orange light on an unfinished painting. The next day, Aarav climbed up the hill where an old art school stood. There, Mira taught in silence. Her classes had no rush, no deadlines, only breath and brushstrokes. When Aarav entered, she didn't speak. Instead, she handed him a broom and pointed to the dusty floor. Confused, he swept and mopped, expecting lessons in color or technique. Days turned into a quiet routine, cleaning, organizing, watching others paint. He grew restless. "When will I paint again?" he finally asked. Mira smiled, her voice calm as the sea beyond the window. When your heart stops shouting for answers, art doesn't come from noise, it comes from listening. The following morning, Aarav began noticing details he'd ignored before. How light curved through glass at dawn, how waves rolled in layered shades of blue and green, how silence could sing. His broom strokes grew slower, more intentional, tracing invisible arcs of rhythm. One evening, Mira placed a blank canvas in front of him. "Now, paint what today felt like," she said simply. Aarav hesitated, but began. Gentle strokes, a horizon dissolving into mist, a single lantern floating downriver. There was no plan, only presence. Each stroke breathed patience. When he finished, the painting didn't shout brilliance. Instead, it glowed softly, a quiet piece, like morning dew before the day's heat. Mira looked at it and smiled. "You've learned what artists forget, to wait between colors." Weeks passed, and Aarav's gallery reopened on the village pier. People came not for grand displays, but to feel stillness in his new art, muted blues, soft golds, gentle humanity. Even the fishermen paused, nodding in silent respect. One night, as fireworks from a village festival shimmered above, Aarav looked at Mira. "Sometimes I think time itself paints through us," he said. Mira nodded. "Yes, when we let it." A breeze swirled through the pier, carrying laughter, salt, and light. Aarav smiled, realizing that the most beautiful art was not what he made, but what he became through it. Moral: patience is not waiting idly. It is trusting that growth unfolds in its own rhythm. Like drying paint, each layer of effort needs time before beauty appears. Growth requires stillness, and in stillness, life paints its masterpiece.